System architecture in May 2026 has reached a point of exhaustion. The infrastructure built to protect global data is currently failing across two distinct fronts. We are witnessing the simultaneous breakdown of legacy enterprise perimeters and the modern, agile dependency graphs used by front-end developers. The first failure is a critical remote code execution zero-day discovered in Microsoft Exchange, which allows attackers to bypass all authentication checks. Designated as CVE 2026-42897, this vulnerability holds a CVSS rating of 9.8, meaning it is easily exploitable with maximum impact on system integrity. At the same time, a second crisis emerged from within the internal networks of OpenAI, where two employee devices were compromised. Malicious code entered through a poisoned third-party package in the TanStack library, which developers pulled directly into their systems during a routine update. This creates a structural paradox. We can no longer secure the perimeter of the network, and we can no longer verify the integrity of the code we import to build our applications. Because manual audits and traditional patching schedules cannot keep up with the speed of failure, the industry is shifting toward an AI-driven arms race, pitting autonomous exploitation against human-in-the-loop defense. To understand the vulnerability of legacy infrastructure, we have to look at the specific mechanics of the Exchange exploit. Exchange Web Services, or EWS, serves as the central communication artery for thousands of government and corporate organizations. CVE 2026-42897 is uniquely dangerous because it executes without any user interaction. It requires no phishing emails and no accidental clicks. A single specially crafted HTTP request sent to the server bypasses every authentication check to run arbitrary code at the system level. This grants an attacker immediate, total control over the server, allowing them to intercept sensitive emails and move laterally into any other system connected to the network. Shodan scans reveal that 120,000 Exchange servers worldwide are currently unpatched. 32% of these vulnerable targets are in the United States, followed by 13% in Germany. The primary defense is the immediate installation of Microsoft's May 2026 patch, KB 5037849. For systems that cannot be patched immediately, administrators must restrict Internet access to the Exchange Web Services directory to prevent external requests. Security teams are also advised to check their IIS logs for unusual post requests targeting the /EWS directory, which may indicate an active compromise. These legacy perimeters are now permanently exposed to automated scanning. Relying on human speed patching cycles has become a fatal strategy. While servers are being scanned from the outside, modern software is being compromised from the inside through the supply chain. At OpenAI, two front-end developers had their MacBook Pros compromised through what appeared to be a standard development task. Attackers gained access to a maintainer's account on NPM, the central registry for JavaScript packages, and published a malicious update to the TanStack React query library. Version 5.48.3 of the package contained a hidden payload that was instantly distributed to millions of projects that rely on TanStack for data fetching. Inside the compromised index file, this specific line, highlighted here, assigned all of the developer's environment variables to a single constant. These environment variables house sensitive data, including API keys. The malware then uses a fetch request to transmit those credentials to an external attacker server. Standard security tools often miss these injections because developers implicitly trust popular modules and rarely audit the source code of every minor update. Mitigation requires strict lock files, security auditing tools like Sneak, and pinning specific package versions to prevent automatic, unvetted updates. This attack proves that implicit trust in open-source maintainers is a structural flaw. Compromising a single central node allows an attacker to bypass the security of thousands of downstream environments. Human engineers are simply unable to audit millions of lines of code or patch thousands of servers at the speed of an automated exploit. The solution being deployed across the industry is the use of specialized AI models designed to find and flag vulnerabilities at machine speed. Anthropic recently deployed a new security-focused model called Mythos to test the integrity of macOS. Mythos successfully identified 17 zero-day bugs in the operating system, including 7 vulnerabilities that allowed for unauthorized root access. The model's efficiency is visible in this comparison. Mythos found all 17 bugs in just 72 hours for a compute cost of $500. A human researcher would typically spend months and require up to $200,000 in bounty rewards for the same results. Mythos achieves this by running high-volume fuzzing tests while simultaneously using logical reasoning to perform static code analysis. This same capability for autonomous pattern recognition is also being used as a defensive tool by federal regulators. The U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, is now using AI to monitor the $15 billion Polymarket prediction platform. The objective is to identify users who utilize non-public insider information to place massive, highly accurate bets just before major news events occur. The AI flags these suspicious accounts by identifying large, precisely timed trades that correlate too closely with upcoming public events. The system uses temporal sequence analysis and network mapping to find links between accounts, training on machine learning data from previous insider trading cases. Autonomous pattern recognition is now the operational baseline for both offensive bug discovery and defensive market oversight. When an AI model identifies 17 zero-day exploits in 72 hours, granting it unmediated control over enterprise decisions creates a failure surface that no human auditor can monitor or correct. Despite this, much of the industry continues to pursue fully automated black box models that execute decisions without human intervention. This standard approach follows a linear path. Data is processed in an opaque environment, leading directly to a final automated execution that bypasses review. Mira Murati, the former CTO of OpenAI, has pivoted away from this model with the launch of her new company, Thinking Machines. Her startup focuses on a human-in-the-loop architecture, where the AI is designed to augment human judgment rather than replace it. The architecture relies on 3 strict engineering principles. The AI must be explainable, its decisions must be auditable, and the logic must be safe by design. Instead of a single choice, the Thinking Machines pipeline processes data and generates multiple reasoned scenarios for review. In medicine, the AI might suggest several diagnoses, but enforces a hard stop, requiring a doctor's clinical authorization before finalizing any decision. While this approach adds latency to the workflow, it provides the mandatory oversight required for high-stakes decisions in medicine, law, and finance. The events of May 2026 demonstrate that trusting unvetted code, whether it is a third-party package, an open server port, or an autonomous AI, is a fundamental liability. A sustainable future for system architecture requires high-speed AI analysis that remains permanently tethered to auditable human oversight.